Okay, so first thing we talk about in terms of the setup, I think your stance actually on the foreswing is a bit wider anyway.
Yeah.
We could be doing a little bit wider than that, to be fair. Roughly about as wide as your shoulders, so as sort of a ballpark figure, you'd want the inside of your foot a little bit more outside there. You're quite narrow there with your feet there, so especially with the driver, a little bit more width will certainly help you get some balance. Say backswing wise for me, wasn't too bad. Yes, you could argue a little bit too far when you go on the inside, okay, but nothing too major, sort of a position you're comfortable swinging into, and you can get the golf club back to the golf ball. This one here now, you can, there's a little bit more turn, club just going a little bit further, and then because if the club does get, we call too far inside, and you keep turning and turning and turning and turning and turning, the club now is going to get in a position where it can't come back to the golf ball. So that's the only thing on the backswing I would suggest. Don't try and sort of go back too far to hit the ball further, okay? As you come through the golf ball now, before, what you would do now is your lower half would stay fairly static. Your lower, from your hips down now, aren't really moving at all. Your right knee sort of, exactly, all arm, which is where your strength sort of feels it's going to come from, but it's all top half there, lower half sort of just kind of following through a little bit as it sort of has to move now because your arms are here, the knee and the hips got to sort of eventually sort of keep coming round. When you finish the swing there now, that in actual fact isn't a bad position, okay, but look at that there, that looks like sort of a very small sort of little chip shot, maybe sort of 20, 30 yard, not a 200 yard potential. And I say from the health point of view, you've got your shoulders there, your hips sort of back here somewhere, and the knees and the feet just not keeping up. So based on that, if we can try and just turn through more as the club starts coming back down now, everything now sort of moving with that, so the hips there, the knees and everything's working together, the right knee and right leg are all moving together to the finish position. You could argue that you turn your head a little bit too far because what you're used to doing is turning your head left of where your belt buckle is pointing, if that makes sense. So before you would finish your swing, you sort of be here looking, that's your belt buckle line there, you'd be looking this way. Now you've turned here, you're like, oh hang on, I'm looking around there somewhere. So over time you probably get used to where your head's sort of pointing, but from my point of view, that foot's up on its toe. This is a sort of straight line there now. Because there's a bit more shoulder move than we want, but again the hips and everything are more in line and your spine will be straighter.
I can see what you mean by if I have a wider stance way
exactly, a bit more stability, a bit more balance there, okay? And again, if you feel a bit like you're going to lose balance, humans are sort of self-preserving. If you're going to fall over, well, let's move less. So I'll just sort of stay static ground, just feet in the ground, stick them down to stop yourself moving and falling over there. So, but a bit wider, but just focus on that movement. The more the body and everything can work more in sync together this way, so your arms and body are twisting through, it's going to be the sequence back to the golf ball now is going to keep the club face straight, whereas before when you were doing this, just your arms sort of pulling through, it was more like a back foot hook shot, as in cricket, and the ball's going to go left where it goes. So what you then did to try and stop that, bend the left arm, try and hold the club face open and stop it going to the left there, okay? So get the body working better. I think over time, this was the first one you made there. I suppose that if we sort of uncoil there, that would be perfect, okay? So your shoulders are now more in line with the hips, the head looking to target. It's just because you're not used to getting your lower half moving that far, your top half sort of just kept going round the sort of circle because it had to sort of go further than your lower half because your lower half wasn't moving. So your lower half would be pointing sort of in that direction, your head would be going this way. Now your legs are going that way, and a couple of times your head's going a bit too far that way. But once you get used to how much your lower half and your top half are doing, you'll sort of get a balance. So when you finish the swing, you'll end up more that way, not where we're going. But if I sort of move my lower half back to where you were, that's kind of where you were. So you basically just moved everything further, hence why a couple of times you move around. But everyone's got a shot, so they go a bit straighter, Okay, have a couple more then with that driver, then we'll look at some of the clubs in the bag and transfer through that.